Welcome back to Developing for Dollars. We're here with Tim Kent on one of his sites in Innisfil, and we've sort of established that in today's show we can talk a little bit more about site planning, some of the issues that seem to a developer has to cross over and obviously spend a lot of money before we see all of this, which is what the majority of you people out there would be seeing is something coming up. Behind the scenes is all kinds of application fees, development charges, etc. And Tim is an expert at paying all those fees, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes, I know how to write checks really well.
So we're just going to try to say, so on this site here, like you bought the land. Let's sort of walk through a little bit of the site planning. You end up buying the land. Did you buy the land pre-service? Did you like was there anything that was an advantage over buying a raw piece of land? And sort of walk through a little bit of how the viewers, so they can understand some of the process.
Okay. Well, in this particular case, there was I did buy the land. It wasn't raw land. It was already pre-arranged that there could be some houses here, but we had to go through a bit of a planning process and do a site plan, a grading plan, show the architecturals of the house that we wanted to put in here. So there's some engineering involved. Yeah.
So when you mention site plan, there's this thing is there's draft plan, there's site plan. What is the difference between a site plan and a draft plan?
Well, draft plan refers more to the overall plan that the town might have.
Okay.
And the various zonings that they'll have within an area.
So some areas would have a commercial zoning, some would have residential, meaning that you could only build a commercial unit. This area obviously is zoned residential.
Zoned residential.
So that's what you call a draft plan.
Yeah, so the town will take all the various zonings that they have and assign it to various areas within their town and create a draft plan. And a developer can come in, take a raw piece of land, and request a certain zoning for their plan. They might want to do a residential subdivision. So the town will have to take that and look at, we'll have to present a draft plan to the town of what it is that we want to do.
Okay.
So that would be
Did you have to? And I understand that in some site plans, you have to make a zoning changes. You have to go into the council and request a change. Did you have to do anything like that on this particular site?
This site originally was agricultural, and it got a few years ago switched over to residential. So in my case, I was able to buy these two lots with an approval for severance to create 4 lots already.
So you already had the severances, and the zoning was there. So now, in terms of when you said now we go through a site plan, did you have to pay any application fees? Like what would be one of the first things? So you buy the land, you recognize that. What would be the first step then?
Sure. So the first step is that you have to present what it is you want to build here, and as part of that process, there are fees that are paid to the town.
So I've heard the word development charge and I've heard the word application fee. Are they two different things? Or are they the same thing? Tell me.
Yes, there is a difference between an application fee and a development charge. An application fee is a fee that the town charges for processing your application.
Okay.
A development charge is a fee that you're charged to put whatever development that you want to put there, and that pays for things that takes care of the town to pay for things like road improvements in some cases, services.
Hold on. I thought our taxes, like when we pay taxes, homeowners in Innisfil, for example, would pay taxes, which pays for the road. So the development charge, you just said pays for the road. Like I'm not asking you to be an expert, but is it like what extra things are there in the development charge that would not be covered by property tax?
So a development charge that a developer pays covers things like the creation of roads and stormwater and sewer and everything, infrastructure. A property tax that a homeowner pays for the maintenance of that infrastructure that's been put in place.
Okay.
So that's kind of the biggest difference there.
So you got your application fee just to submit the piece of paper to say I'm building 4 homes. Now I'm assuming that when you submit your drawings, they got to be complete, and then someone at the municipality would have to stamp it, approve it, and that's part of the application process.
That's correct, and that's what the fee covers. Their staff time to go through those applications, make sure that what you want to do fits with all the various bylaws and zoning requirements that the town has already got in their master plan,
right.
et cetera, et cetera. And if there's something that doesn't fit, then they may ask you for an adjustment to either change what it is that you want to do, or you might have to go through an additional application process to go before a town committee to get a variance.
So again, show a little bit more about the money. So let me get this straight. You would buy the land, and then you would have to go through all this process. You're paying taxes on the land.
Yes.
You're paying fees, and you
Yes.
still don't really know if you can build something until the municipality approves it, until you pay your application fee,
Right.
until you pay your development
That's
charges.
correct.
Now, Tim, I gotta tell you, my head is already starting to spin with all the money that we would have to spend on something like this.
Yes.
And the whole process is that our viewers can start to understand a little bit more about the site planning process with our expert, Tim. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back on Developing $4.